We'll begin with the story of a girl whom we shall call maybe Priya. Here was a happy 13-year-old with a pretty face, curly hair, and a very soft, sensitive nature. She was her mother's pet, teacher's favorite, and friend's darling. Just a little chubby, with baby fat yet to melt away from her cheeks. Priya was a contented teenager, we could say. All hell broke loose when she had a crush for her classmate. Her friends tried to play Cupid, but he laughed, tried to make fun of her, saying that he couldn't fall in love with a cuddly baby, a sweet teddy bear. This was Priya's first rejection, and boy, it hurt. Her world fell apart. She suddenly realized being a good student or having a sweet nature meant nothing to the boy she admired. She now had a single minded, burning desire to lose weight. Food, an old time favorite, was now regarded as a double edged sword, which offered comfort when she felt down in the dumps, but it also made her terribly scared of quote unquote becoming fat and ugly. She became a victim of anorexia nervosa, an eating disorder which kills 10% of its victims. Her harried parents took her to a psychiatrist, who in turn admitted her to a hospital, and after a long tug of war, she is now better, but is still undergoing treatment and struggling with her eating disorder. What is eating disorder, by the way? Although the term eating is in its name, eating disorders are more about it than food. They are complex mental conditions which require intervention of medical and psychological experts to alter their course. It is more common in adolescents and young adults. Eating disorders are mental health conditions marked by an obsession with food or body shape. They can affect anyone but are more prevalent among young women. What causes eating disorder? One is genetics. Personality traits are another cause. In particular, neuroticism, perfectionism, and impulsivity are three personality traits often linked to a higher risk of developing eating disorders. Other potential causes include perceived peer pressure to be thin, cultural preferences for thinness, and exposure to media promoting such ideals. More recently, experts have proposed that differences in brain structure and biology may also play a role in the development of eating disorders. In particular, levels of brain messengers, serotonin, and dopamine may be factors. What are the different types of eating disorder? One is, of course, anorexia nervosa. People with anorexia nervosa generally view themselves as overweight, even if they are dangerously underweight. They tend to constantly monitor their weight, avoid eating certain types of food, and severely restrict their calories. The other common type of eating disorder is called bulimia nervosa. Bulimia nervosa, in many ways, represent a failed attempt at anorexia nervosa, sharing the goal of being very thin but occurring in individuals who are less able to sustain prolonged periods of semi starvation. So, the periods of avoiding food are punctuated by binge eating. Usually, the binges are followed by some kind of compensatory behavior like purging or excessive exercise. The other less known forms of eating disorders are pica. Here, people tend to eat things which are usually considered inedible, like let's say chalk or plastic or things like that. Pica could be the result of iron deficiency anemia, hence, it's pretty common during pregnancy. It could also be a symptom of lead toxicity. A newly recognized eating disorder is rumination disorder. People with this condition generally regurgitate the food they have recently swallowed. Then they chew it again and either swallow it or spit it out. There's also something known as avoidant or restrictive food intake disorder. ARFID is an eating disorder that causes people to undereat. This is either due to a lack of interest in food or an intense distaste for certain kinds of food, how they look, smell, or taste. Management of eating disorder. Eating disorders can be treated. Some of the tips for management are: 1. Education about body weight regulation and the effects of starvation, clarification of dietary misconceptions. 2. Working of self regulation and self control in general. 3. Enhancing self esteem, which could address body image concerns. 4. Mindful eating. Eat without any distraction like television, mobile, or a newspaper. Chew slowly, enjoy the flavor. Finally, accept yourself and love yourself the way you are. Don't get carried away by peer pressure. If all these simple tips do not take care of your eating disorder, then please seek professional help. It can become serious if you don't take action right away. Thank you. This is Dr. Pratima Chaudhary, consultant psychiatrist, Kolkata.